Would I keep Amorim? Only on pure stubbornness. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say Amorim out. I wouldn't say Ten Hag out. I'm not going to say it because I just don't believe it will make us any better sacking the manager. I want to sack the board. I want to sell a load of players. I think sacking the manager won't change anything. What I will concede is I don't think the manager's going to turn this around. I think he's going to sack himself. But I personally will not say Amorim out. I just won't do it. I refuse to do it because I don't see it getting any better, and that's really sad. And people can say, "Oh my God, how can't you say sack the manager when you don't think he's going to turn it around?" Pure stubbornness, pure stupidity, you might say. But that's just the way I feel. I don't feel motivated by changing the manager. Rory says, "I don't buy that Ineos won't sack Amorim as they are his guy. They will rather get it wrong than continue and miss out on Europe," says Rory. Well, you're sort of putting your hat, you're predicting something that you've got absolutely no knowledge on, like most of us. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. The thing about sackings is they can happen very, very quickly, Rory. But I don't. It doesn't feel like to me they're planning on sacking him, and it doesn't feel to me like they've got any plan in place to replace him. So. Do you think the job's too big for Amorim, says Warren? What a question. What a question. Do I think the job is too big for Amorim? Do you think the job's too big for Amorim? I think that the Amorim I know at Sporting came across as massively intelligent, driven, and innovative. The Amorim we're seeing at Manchester United seems to be very, very out of touch. And that's a polite way of saying it. Like, you could say naive. You could say checked out. But he's out of touch. Like, some of the things he's doing are illogical. Like, Harry Maguire should never be your centre-back against their last man. That's just madness. Absolute madness. Binder shouldn't be in goal. He's a calamity, James. Bruno Fernandes shouldn't be in the midfield. Luke Shaw at left centre-back's been crap for weeks. So some of his decision-making is wild. Absolutely wild. So is the job too big for him? In a sense, it is too big for him because if he can't figure those things out, he's at the wrong club. So yeah, maybe the job is too big for him, actually. I don't want to say that. I like the guy. I really want the guy to be successful. But you know what? If your best mate walks out from the toilet with a big lump of poo on his nose, are you going to tell him or are you going to say you look great? Like, the kindest thing is to tell them. And the kindest thing to Amorim is, I do like him. I think there is a good coach there. But you are basically walking around with a bit of crap on your nose, mate. And everyone can see it. It's like you are making really shit decisions. He is. If he doesn't want us to drop Bruno, I would try and Burmo right wing back, Bruno Cam and Mount centre midfield for a game or two. We can't get much worse. I mean, I don't think Mason Mount's a midfielder goes 92, whether he's better than Bruno or not. The players are clearly not responding to his system, says Rahul. The midfielder is the engine of the team and they couldn't recruit. Amorim needs players to suit. Yeah, but Amorim's the guy picking Bruno. I agree with you, Rahul, about we didn't buy a midfielder. But if we'd bought Belieber, it would be Belieber and Bruno. You know, he won't change it. He won't change it. And you know what? I was listening to I think Gary Neville said it, and he's absolutely spot on. He was talking about Mainu, and he said, if when you think about it, like Ruben Amorim has said publicly that Bruno, that Mainu is Bruno's deputy. On the other side, it will be Ugarte and Casemiro, and Mainu is Bruno's deputy. But Bruno plays every week. So you can sort of see why Mainu's going, I want to play football. And this is the thing, isn't it? This whole bloody Bruno thing, whether he got a midfielder or not, we were still going to get Bruno in the midfield. People thought it was going to be Belieber and Mainu. You're having a bloody laugh. You're having a bloody laugh. Mark, keeping Amorim is great, but he's an experienced coach. The job is too big for him. Somebody else saying it's too big for him. If we get another coach, players need to be dropped. It's a mess, says Eddie. Sir Alex nearly got sacked and went and did great, says Anskill. Yeah, I'm a little bit too young, but I very much doubt that Sir Alex Ferguson was playing a striker in the midfield. And you know, I very much doubt he was making these sorts of decisions. As I said before, if Ruben Amorim was picking the right 11 and we were getting better results, I think people would be more patient. His biggest issue is he's picking shit teams, and that's never going to get... Definitely, this fan base wants to get behind this manager. Oh, yes, 100%. I want to be behind this manager. We definitely want to back this manager. You know, I'm not slating this fan base for saying he's not going to work, he's sacking himself. As a fan base, I think he's had huge support. But if he sacks himself, he's done it on silly decisions. Because people want to get behind him, but they won't follow him blindly doing silly things. And that's the problem. He's making bad calls and people just going, I want him to do well, I want to back him, but his decisions are terrible and so are the results. And that's the big problem he's got. I've never known a manager that's been backed so much. Like, people have been sacked at Manchester United for a lot worse than what Amorim's done in his first 12 months. But obviously no one's been sacked in their first 12 months, but their records were better. You know, their win ratios were better and they got sacked. People want to back Amorim. People like Amorim, but his decision-making is, you know, sinking him, really.